Personal discipline. Personal discipline leads to personal freedom. I know that sounds kind of weird because when I hear the word discipline, I think of being held back and being constrained and being in trouble and being punished, like the opposite of living a big full life, the opposite of a personal freedom. But as an adult, we know that we have to create frameworks for our life to be able to live fully, both in the short run and in the long run. So personal discipline, it absolutely leads to personal freedom. Now, Dave Ramsey has a great quote. It's something like, live like no one else today, or live like no one else now, so you can live like no one else later. And what he's talking about is manage your finances in a way to not find yourself bondage to debt. And so create a budget, spend only the money that you have, pay off all credit card debt, and put your financial house in order so that you can live a great big full life within those constraints, but more importantly, way into the future. How about with your health? How about having the personal discipline to eat only foods that will contribute correctly or healthily to your physical health? And it's not always the case. There's always some outliers, but by eating a healthy meal 3 times a day, you're putting the odds in your favor, greatly in your favor, of living your life without chronic illness and having energy and vitality both today and for the long, long run way into the future. In your relationships, the personal discipline to, for example, if you're married, to honor your marriage vows and not cheat on your wife or your husband and not venture into pornography and not venture into other behaviors that are outside of the marriage, will absolutely set you up to fully enjoy that marriage instead of getting divorced and losing half your assets and losing the respect of your children and your friends. And then how about in drinking? You know, a drink or two is not a bad thing, but getting drunk can be a bad thing, and getting drunk and driving can be a really, really bad thing. So an example of personal discipline is don't drive when you're drunk. Take an Uber. Don't drive even after a drink or two. That'll provide the opportunity for you to avoid all the bad things that'll come from a DUI or even worse, hurting somebody or killing somebody. Over time, developing a personal attitude around setting up frameworks for your life, to live within those frameworks, to have the discipline to live your life within those boundaries, doesn't create a life without any fun. In fact, it creates the opportunity to even having more fun, more joy, more living a fuller life, a better life within those guardrails, within those boundaries than you would if you constantly hit the guardrails and drove into the ditch. So my plea to you today, and my reminder to myself, is to wake up every day committed to living my life and to living your life with personal discipline so that we can live a big full life with personal freedom both now and long, long, long into the future.